The 10 to be crowned.
Oh, some very good shots.
The world 10-ball champion.
Welcome everybody to the WPA World Juniors Championships here at Gandia Palace Hotel in Spain. It's the under-19s boys division and it's the semi-finals. The game is 10 ball. First of all, I'm going to introduce the players on table number 2. Please give a big hand for United States of America's VONDERAU. His opponent from Japan, give a big hand for KANAZAWA. The official on table number 2 from New Zealand, Zane Bernard. Now to table number 1, please give a big hand for Germany's Felix Vogel. His opponent from Sweden is our Walter Leichner. Number 1 is considered show, and the matches are race to 7. Young men, please back for the break.
A very warm welcome to the Predator WPA Junior World 10-ball Championships. This is the semi-final between Eddie VONDERAU from the USA and Aoi Kanazawa from Japan. It's a race to 7. We will be alternating the breaks, and in the commentary booth is my good friend Graham Hickman. Welcome, Graham.
Thanks, Tim. Hey, everybody. Yeah, this is going to be a really interesting one for me, Tim. Probably similar to yourself. I haven't seen either of these players play previously, so I'm very keen to see how they're doing. Obviously, they're doing very well to get to the semi-final, so already a very big achievement. So I don't know if you've seen either of these players play at all, but this is new for me.
Yeah, I did not get the opportunity yet to scout them to see what they're capable of. I do have some light memories, but that's when Kanazawa was way younger. Has always been playing with these glasses on. I've always been wondering if there is maybe some trick to it, some aiming system, but probably not. He will be breaking off though. Let's see what he can do.
That was a pretty good hit. Lost the cue ball a little bit, but it was a dry break. A shot on the 1 here, but that 10 is not in a nice place at all. But judging by the table setup, I feel like you'd probably have to take this 1 ball on, Tim, even though it is not perfectly set up, but worth a risk, I think.
Well, it's quite awkward queuing over the 10. The cue ball most likely going to run towards the 8, so it's a long combination after. I might opt to play somewhat of a safety. I'm not a huge fan. He has called the 1 ball in the corner though.
Yeah, very tough. Just felt the thin edge on the 1 was also very difficult. 8 ball was definitely playing a factor there. So don't blame him for maybe going a little bit aggressive early on. Of course, not the ideal first shot you want, but combo here for Aoi.
Will be difficult to hold the one ball. Easily moves to the 6. Ooh. Did he call the combination just in case and was he playing safe, or did he just miss the whole 5 ball?
Yeah, I think he missed it. I'm sure he called the combo. Maybe he tried to get the edge, and as you said, it was hard to hold that one ball over the side. So maybe he tried to get a bit of movement. But he has left an edge. Obviously, there's another combo attempt coming here. Another miss, really. Hasn't left anything, but safety options here are very limited. Can he play off the edge of this one ball and put him on the bottom short rail by the 7, Tim? Or is that asking a bit too much? That's what he's trying. Oh, what a great shot. That was a lot more trickier than it looked. Judge the pace well. Well, maybe he can see an edge. It's a bit of a result if he can. Oh, he can as well. That changes everything. That was a very tricky one to kick. Doesn't have the hook on the 10 ball, but one's pretty safe. Probably going to be another thin edge here. Maybe you can swing the cue ball around a couple of rails and try and use all that traffic on the right side of the table. Could be a good option. Or just separate them.
It's a nice shot. Definitely has the cover. I don't think there's a window between the 3 and the 6.
No, I agree. So much traffic on that side of the table. It's very unfortunate to leave a gap. I'm struggling to see a straightforward kick though. Unless he can get in between the balls. This is maybe a couple of rails. Can he go underside the 10? I don't even think he can.
Oh, the 2 rails. I don't think it's there
It wasn't
either.
on. That was tricky, wasn't it? I don't think that was on. He tried to play it with power. Maybe a little bit of spin to try and straighten it up. But first real chance to the man from Japan here. Table's not too bad now with that last shot opening the balls up a little bit.
Yeah, let's see. Gotta say, from the 3 to the 4 could cause some problems. Oh. A little bit of an odd pre-stroke routine there. Looked like he was ready to hit the ball and then eventually a couple more pre-strokes. Not sure if he does that every shot, but looked a bit odd. Now,
That's
how
not
is he
bad.
gonna get to the 4? Similar shot like he's just played, 1 rail back to where he is now. Top left.
Yeah, he could do. There's plenty of space on this left side of the table. Just about speed control. Could use a second rail if he chooses, but probably 1. Jumps up quite quick once he's played the cue ball. Once he's struck the cue ball. Quite interesting style. Seems to have worked so far. Good shape here now.
Oh, does strike the ball nice and clean. I mean, the first time I seen him, he was like way shorter, a lot younger, so Cannot really compare to what I've seen back in the past. Oh.
I think he's okay. Just tapping his heart there. I think thought he had put it on the point, but yeah, he's okay. Not sure if he can hold it, but as you can see, the 7 does go in the center pocket where the cue ball is now as well. So you can just stun this over and leave a bit of an angle to go up table for the 8. Should be okay. Oh, has he got into it a bit too much, Tim? He might have done. And if he's straight, he's got a problem here.
Or is he?
Yeah, he might have
Could
to roll through.
Yeah.
Looks straight for me.
I like that. I mean, the cut on the 8 is alright. Not saying it's a hanger, but should be quite high percentage. Looks a bit nervous though. I mean, sure, it's the first rack. Still needs to settle down. Could choose to go with top right spin. 3 rails. Could also choose to play this with top left. 2 rails back and forth.
Yeah, looks like he's going inside the table. Probably the more favourable option. Keeps the cue ball. How's the pace? Needs to go a little bit. If he wants to take it in the side. Well, it's a little bit thin. You can probably hold this, Tim, still. Or I don't know. It looks. What do you think? Do you think you can hold it for the left side of the table? Looks thin.
Yeah, but he will have to load the cue ball up with a lot of left.
Well, a lot of body in that one. Jumped up pretty quick after making contact with the cue ball. However, a good run out nonetheless. Landed a little bit straight on that 7, but made a good 8 ball. Takes the first rack and erased the 7. It's a pretty good run out, all things considered there, Tim. First rack, ball in hand. Made pretty good work of that.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, it's always nice to get that first rack on the board. Really makes you feel settled down. Eddie did not really have much opportunity, I feel like. Sure, it's still a long way to go. It's a race to 7 alternate break, so still has plenty of time to play himself in this set.
Yeah, it'd be good to see Eddie's break here. See how he strikes the ball. Thought he lost the
played.
ball for a moment.
Yeah, played with fire there near the side. Has made a ball on the break though. 5 ball does go in. No future once again. So safety will be played. Cue ball under the 4-8.
Yeah, could be an option. Looks like the most obvious. He's calling the 1 in the side just in case, so maybe I think it's going to go close to that side rail. Now he's kicking it then.
Well,
Second
worked
prize.
out. Not sure how much he can see from this 1 ball. Would be nice to still bank it over down table. Could run the cue ball full into the 4. Usually crawls forward a bit more. Could land behind the 8. It's a bit of a, well, not risk, but It's one of those where you just sometimes you gotta believe in a good result. Just like this. Needs the one more to move though. Don't think it has.
Yeah, I think you can get a look at this. First chance here really for Eddie. See what he can do. Yeah, I thought you might have taken his extension there. How's the pace? A little bit pacey. Can you avoid the scratch, Tim? I think you can. Maybe just. Hard to say on the angle, but if he can, then he'll definitely take it on. If not, he might be looking for a safety option. It looks like safety is the way.
Yeah, has played it safe, but this will be easy to hit though.
Oh, this is a result maybe. Put his hand up there. If you can see this 2-ball quite full, might be able to do something with the 6-ball, but playing off the right edge. Not looking at the putting angle there, surely. Unless you can't see it pretty full, he might have to play off the edge. If so, then an extreme edge is what he's really looking for. He was going for the extreme edge, Tim. Oh. He's saying he hit the ball? Wow, didn't look like it to me, but
I would have to replay this. I would not know, honestly.
to me it looked like he didn't hit it, to be honest. But I could, sometimes the player sees it slightly different. I'm sure they'll just come to some agreement.
Kind of looked like I always said, you know, I'll play from here or something. Like it was kind of strange.
Yeah, it's an interesting one. I think. Okay, it's early in the match, but it's still quite an important. Every shot's important, obviously, but ball in hand on this shot is a little bit different to playing it from here. Luckily, he made a good shot though, so no damage done really. But I'm sure if Eddie felt that he didn't hit it, he would have taken it as a foul. But you know, as a player, Tim, sometimes you think, or you see, you definitely took the edge off something, and yeah, the referee so maybe just didn't see it. Who knows? It's all good though.
Well, as long as both players are all right with it.
Wow. So he mustn't be able
He's
to
he's
hold it and
banking
pull
this.
it back. Strange. I don't understand what's going on there. Looked like, don't get me wrong, I don't think the angle was perfect for the draw, and he had an extension on his cue, so maybe he didn't like the angle he had, but clearly could have potted the 3 and even maybe figured out a different safety option. Cross bank looked really tricky, but didn't like the obvious shot. So if I cut it, Tim. Oh, just the 4-ball with his body. So a foul this time. Even the player felt it, so pointed to it. Referee did call it anyway. Don't see that very often, in fairness. Moving balls with your body. But he was stretching a bit there, Tim. He is a tall lad, but he was stretching somewhat.
Yeah, kind of a bummer. I mean, he's down. I don't really feel like we've seen a lot from Eddie yet so far. And has to be careful. Doesn't want Kanazawa to really hit a gear on him. Yeah, just check to see what exactly happened there, but he hit the 2 ball so thin that he got... Well, that the referee was a little bit unsure, but it was all okay. Now, wow, that was a huge miscue there on the 6. A little bit lucky though to leave the hook, but it's gonna get close.
I was going to say I still fancy him to. Well, I was going to say hit the ball. Didn't expect the scratch, to be honest. That was quite incredible. To squeeze through the gap, but a few random mistakes in this rack. But it has fallen. Chance to oi oi.
Yeah, so even though he's miscued on the 6, he still yet gets another chance to double the score. It's a big thing with the alternate break format. I feel like you're a little bit safer going up 2 or 4. I mean, depends. And also in this break format, it's difficult to come back with this break format because you're not always guaranteed to make a ball on the break.
Yeah, well, he's going left-handed, yeah. How about this, Tim? When he's on the hit it. Maybe just got enough, maybe. Wow. I think, is the natural angle going to take him to that long rail, Tim? Or is it going to be very close to that corner pocket? He's okay.
I think he could cut it thin and go to the long rail.
Oh, it was more than fine. Wow, what a strange rack that was.
Yeah, so 2-0 now for the young man from Japan. In the end, no harm has been done, but indeed a weird rack. It feels like a lot of things happened in just 10 balls time.
Yeah, early racks, maybe a few nerves. Big moment, try and get into the final. And on the other table we do have another match in operation. Table 1, where we have Felix Vogel, Germany versus Walter Leiker from Sweden. There's 1-1 in that match, so the winner of this match will definitely have a big match in the final, whatever the outcome. Both solid players on the other table, but we stay with this match. All matches are on Pro Billiard TV on YouTube. We have matches throughout the day. One more match coming later will be the men's. Oh dear. Made a ball, but again, a lot of traffic on that side of the table.
I'm even wondering how much of this 1 ball can he see. He's got the jump cue out, but ugh. It's not my favorite type of jump. Oh, he loved it. Look at this.
Wow. That was incredible. So
Make
close
the
to that
jump.
9 ball.
Roll up on the 7. Yeah, he's played a cracker of a jump. This is a difficult 3 ball to hit. 4 ball blocking the line over the left. Maybe 2 rails, wrap it out of the corner.
Yeah, maybe. Might have to go really close to that corner pocket though, Tim. Or possibly play it with some kind of spin. Try and straighten this up.
Yeah, could play a lot of left and very firm. Could also play with top right and soft. He's hit it well,
Oh, what a good shot.
but it's wide in the open.
Yeah, but I think just hitting it alone was hard enough, Tim. Give him the credit for that for sure. Yes, he has left a shot on this 3, but I mean, could you have done much more, in all honesty? Interesting there. Don't know if you noticed Tim, but when he was playing that shot, his head was so far above the cue. He was looking more from a vertical view as opposed to a regular down on the cue shot. Interesting style, but a bit short pace this one.
Well, a lot of disappointment there. A little bit surprised he's showing that much. Has to be careful not to give a lot of hope to Eddie. You're 2-0 up. You can afford yourself maybe, I mean, not a mistake, but you can afford yourself maybe a weaker shot here and there. Gotta stay easy on yourself. Easier said than done. I mean, all my friends always tell me that I'm so hard on myself, so it's not very easy to do.
How's this going to finish? It's going to be another chance for the man from Japan here. Looks like he might have an okay angle as well, so if he can pot this 4 ball, have a nice angle on this. On this 5 here, good chance to get a 3-0 lead. Balls are all pretty much near pockets really, with the exception of this 5 ball. Here we go. Once he gets on this 6, game on.
Well, I would like to still see him get on the 7 ball. Let's see. Well, that's the first hurdle. Do you think the 7 does go to the top right or does not go?
Yeah, I think it probably squeezes in, but he's got quite a nice angle on this 6. He can easily come a couple of rails here, maybe play the 7 in the side. It's close enough and far enough out. Just don't know if that 7 ball hampers his cueing a little bit, maybe. Not sure. He's looking. You can just drag this with left hand spin off 2 rails, I would think, Tim, if he wants to.
Well, I like to go straight over. Just 1 rail straight into the kitchen. Perfect. Maybe a slight bit shorter, but still he's got the shot on the 7. Can run the cue ball 2 rails towards the 8, so, well, 2 or 3 rails.
Yeah, I like the 3 rails option. Just let his arm go a little bit. Oh, he was jabby there.
Yeah, he does.
Pretty quick.
Indeed, he does move quite a lot on the shot, and I have a feeling it is just after he hits the ball, so it's not really. Well, yeah, I don't think he puts spin on the ball because of that, but it's never gonna make him feel very comfortable, you know? When you are jumping all over the place, it's not gonna give you a feeling like, hey, I'm playing well.
Yeah, definitely in the pressure moments and certain shots that can catch you out. But you had a good chance there. maybe that little bit of shorter pace on that 7 ball caused him a little bit more of a acute angle in the side, and those side pockets can be unforgiving. I mean, he did miss that considerably, but good chance for Eddie to get one on the board here. Just punch this around 3 reels, maybe 4 reels, depending how hard he hits it, but nice angle to get on the 10.
Oh, just gotta watch the cue ball. Well, he's fine, but for a second felt like he got awkward close to the corner. So VONDERAU now opening his account in this semi-final match. Definitely one of my favorites of all events this week, the juniors. Always nice to see what kind of talents I will have to battle in the future.
Yeah, and it's just getting stronger and stronger. And just looking there at Oi, just giving his shirt a bit of a waft, as you say. Maybe it's a bit warm, or he's feeling the nerves a little bit. Can also be a bit of both. See a mix of players wearing zip jackets or long sleeves under their jerseys, but the majority of players have seemed to have been okay. Tim, haven't heard anything about temperature. Obviously it's in Spain, so maybe it could be a little bit warm even this time of year, but I'm sure there was a little bit of aircon or something in the room. This is thin, even if he was to think about taking this in the side. Not nice at all. He's going to play the bank. Maybe even try and draw behind the 5. There's plenty of cover. Cue ball looks to be good. How's the speed, Tim?
Yeah, looks good. Might have left the jump on though. No, he's kicking at this and he's called the bottom right. The only problem is I just don't really feel like there's a lot of insurance to this shot. He's looking to miss this on the short rail. That's where he was pointing, but I kinda like the jump.
Yeah, I guess jumping 2 balls, a bit of a distance. If it was a kick staring you in your face. Also depends how comfortable you are with the jump cue. I know you're a pretty good jumper, Tim. However, myself, I'd rather not have a jump cue at all. I can't jump for toffee. It's one of those things. That's not true. I can't jump, but not to any kind of level. Some players really enjoy it, but it's just very good, very tough skill to master. But it is something to have in your armor these days, Tim, isn't it? Because jumping has become such a big part of the game, and it's good to see the young players already being quite good at it.
Yeah, and it can definitely give you a great advantage. Like I just mentioned, if you kick the balls well and you jump the balls well, how is your opponent going to put you in trouble?
Yeah, definitely. And the more you see players playing push outs into jump shots and all different types of creative things in this day, I guess a good question, Tim, is if you are really good at kicks and really good at jumps, and then you have to choose an option, do you think you prefer to have a jump cue in your hand over a kick if you had to make a choice? Depend on the circumstance, of course. But
Yeah, that just really depends on the shot. Like for example, the one ball that Eddie just kicked at, I would 100% jump cue over kick. But can be completely the other way around. Not even to make the ball, but in a safety scenario. So just really depends. But as you mentioned, indeed, not getting a shot after the break and the push out is a big part of pool. You're not always going to get shape. Now if your jumps and or kicks are not so strong, well, your opponent can really mess with you.
yeah, 100%. But it's got a bit of an issue here, Tim, as well, because the 8 ball doesn't go past the 10. He might have to top this all the way through to play the 8. If it does go in the left centre, there's an option. Or if not, he's going to have to go all the way down maybe to play it in the top corner somewhere. It's a bit too straight on this. He's playing a 10
Well, he
combo.
actually, he lands absolutely perfect on the combination.
Wow. Do you think he played that one? He must have done, surely.
Yeah, the other positional option for him on the 8 would be like a diamond further. Cannot imagine him playing the pace so off.
Wow. I'm surprised. Like what you said there, Tim, you look absolutely ball in hand on the combo. But if you don't say it, you don't like it, and there's an easy safety option. I'm very surprised you didn't take that on, though.
Yeah, definitely. Well, the one thing I was looking at is the 8 could have went off the 10 to the left, and he was straight on it, so then he would have to draw the cue ball for shape. So maybe it's that. Eddie was looking at feathering the 8, I thought. Now he's kicking, trying to make the 9. What has he called?
You called that pocket. He did call the side, I'm sure.
Yeah, but I'm quite sure he called the 9.
Ah,
Oh,
okay.
dear.
I'm not sure if people got if those claps were from the audience thinking that's the shot he played, but yeah, I think he called the 9, like you say.
Well, or something might have happened on the other semi-final going on at this point. But yeah, crazy. And another one to the side he's missed. Did he get another lucky roll?
Hard to tell from here. Looking very close as Eddie. I think he can get an edge maybe. Can he pot it though? I don't know. We'll find out in a second.
Maybe if it looks a bit thin, could play with right spin. Throws the ball towards the long rail a bit more. Oh, he's missed it. Second prize, but would have loved to make that.
Yeah, I'm half wondering if he couldn't pot it, you know.
9 ball corner pocket.
Oh, this will work out, Tim. How about that for a shot? Wow. Take that.
Yeah, great result. Hit it absolutely perfect. And this is a bit of a trap. That's the thing, if that 9 ball is close enough to the cushion, then it's quite a trap. He's called it to the bottom left. Well, he chose to play just the cue ball. But I like Kanazawa's odds.
Yeah, even if you just don't go crazy and
9 ball corner pocket.
he's calling the cross bank. Wow. Just pot the 9 maybe and at least have a chance on the 8. Interesting, Tim. I'm surprised.
Oh, just barely beat the kiss, but look at how well he's played this. Also behind the 10, did it get? No. Not behind the 10. There's a cut for Eddie. Not everybody's piece of cake, I would say.
Yeah, but I'm still surprised he didn't take that 9 ball on. Even if just pot the 9, that 10 ball was still very makeable from where the 9 ball was. Don't blame someone for being a little bit defensive, but early in the match, probably worth the risk. He's missed it.
And he's left 2 straight in shots on a platter.
Yeah, so maybe the safety shot was the right one, but it's dangerous when you let your opponent keep coming back to the table, Tim, isn't it? Because, you know, Eddie went for the bank or the cut. He could have quite easily made one of those, and you feel a little bit that you should have taken your chance, but not in this case. Ball in hand there. It's a 3-1 lead. Yeah, interesting shot selection there on the 9, Tim. I don't know. Any thoughts on why you think he might have turned that down? Just didn't fancy it, obviously, but for me.
Well, maybe he was trying to cut it and, well, hit it too thin. Kicked at it by accident.
Yeah, I was talking about maybe the 9 ball before, from the man from Japan. I thought he might have taken it. No, I thought he would have taken. I thought he would have taken that one up the rail. It looked very, very makeable for me. No real, wasn't crazy difficult, but chose not to take it.
Well, the only reasonable explanation I could think of is he's in the semi-final of the World Championships and his arm was probably shaky a bit on it.
Yeah,
As you can
fully
see.
normal.
On the other table, Felix Vogel 3-2 up against Walter Leikre. Walter at the table to get the score 3 each. That's definitely a matchup that could go all the way.
Yeah, great view there. I do think the setup of the arena, you see the boarding and the lights, especially on both tables, just providing that extra little bit of atmosphere. Looks really special. Yeah, looking like 3-3 there, Tim. Always going to be a battle over there.
Yeah, we are just waiting for Eddie to come back from his timeout to continue our match. In the meantime, we do have a nice view indeed from the table 1 arena. Yeah, any thoughts on what Eddie's coach might tell him?
Yeah, maybe just wait for your chances, because he has had a couple, just hasn't maybe been able to capitalize. Maybe still early in the match. I'm guessing it's just relax, try and enjoy it. See if you can take your chances when they come, because they will come. Very clearly, Kanazawa is not running everything out, and there's a bit of safety battle going on as well. So yeah, I would say just be patient, stick to your game plan, try to take the shots when they come. What more can you say? He's already done the hard work to get this far to the semi-final, and surely he'd be super happy with that. But one more match away from getting the final. Focus on this match first, not about the final. Easier said than done, of course, Tim. It's hard to not look at the final when you're in the semis, for sure. So both players are entitled to a timeout, which means that Eddie's taking his quite early in the match. Maybe he doesn't want to feel like the match is running away. Maybe time to regroup now, or maybe he just needed a break for something. But I know he's still sitting in his chair, which I think can be good because he can keep that timeout for himself later if he feels he needs it, or if the match makes a turn, or for whatever reason he needs to compose himself. It's always an interesting debate when to take your timeout. I know we've talked about it over all the different events we've done commentary on, Tim. There can always be tactical ones, there can be valid reason ones, but it's probably a good time to take it. It's kind of halfway through-ish of the match. I don't know what you think, but I don't blame him for taking it.
No, not at all. I think it's actually a pretty decent moment to do it. I mean, maybe a bit early, like you mentioned. But, I mean, what else if you're 5-1 down? Most of it actually already is past, you know, so... I think 3-1, you know, it's still reasonable to come back from this point. It's easy to go to the restroom and tell yourself, listen, I only need 1 or 2 good opportunities. Just enjoy the ride, they are gonna come up. And then to believe that you can make the comeback, the small comeback. If it's a big comeback, then it's a little bit... Well, it's difficult to believe if you're like 5-1 down.
Yeah, definitely. Well, he has came back from his timeout. Just have a look at the one. Interesting, Tim. The first few breaks that we've seen from Aoi, all the balls seem to be going to the right side of the table. I don't know if that's just the way he's breaking, but they all seem to be collecting over that side. He's calling the cross side because he's going to play off the edge of the one here. Try and get this cue ball somewhere down table behind the traffic. Not going to get there though. He's left this, Tim.
Yeah, but how to get on the 2? I mean, ideally, would like to land in between the 7-9, but that's easier said than done.
Yeah, definitely. But he does have a bit of angle on it, so he can maybe manufacture something. He's going to cut it though.
So another try to bring the cue ball under the 7-2?
Yeah, I think so. There's just so much cover down here. That left edge of the one ball looks so inviting. Got to head towards under 9 ball would be great. Somewhere around there. Oh, he's got too much into
Caught
it, Tim.
it full.
Scratching, maybe.
Okay, now I might play the 1, thin off the 9. Play a lot of inside spin. Try to crawl up on the 4. Or play the 1 into the 4 and the cue ball to the left side of the 8. Because when you play this combination, the 1 crawls forward. So, yeah, I like this a lot. Just gotta wait till a better moment to go aggressive. Pretty mature choice he played there.
Yeah, not worth the risk. And all of a sudden, once some of these balls start getting bumped around, you would hope that the rack should open up. This is a bit touchy though. You just have to play it with a lot of pace, and yeah, like I say, it opens up a little bit. Where's that 9 ball going? Oh, that 9 ball's in an awful position. Don't know if the 8 ball can go in off the side, off the 9. I know I'm thinking a bit far ahead there, Tim, but that 9 ball just jumped at me straight away.
Well, let's have a look at it earlier on. He can play the 3 off the 9.
Yeah, great call. I like that option even better.
And I also like what he's done with the 7 ball, just to open up the rack a bit more. I mean, it's not nice when you have to play a lot of subtle positional shots. The open space is always nicer. Needs to be a bit off the rail. I gotta say, I like to watch them both play, but they are making me a little bit nervous. Especially Kanazawa. He's getting on my nerves.
Yeah, he's a character. He's going to play off the 9 here. Good call, Tim.
Shot.
Yeah, let's open this right up now. Needs one more good shot though. 7 ball obviously does go in the bottom corner, but can he get round the back of the 10? Swing this around a few rails for the 5 on the short side, or does he have to go straight up and down?
Oh, I did like the low right spin to the right side of the 5. Oh, what's the cue ball?
He's gone.
Oh, just by the 9. Can you believe that he scratched? That was maybe not even the full corner.
Yeah, that's why I was thinking, could he have got under the 10, maybe taken that out of the equation, but ball in hand for Eddie here. What a chance. Been waiting for this. So let's see if he can take these out. He's a bit thin on this 7. He's going to have to move the cue ball a little bit. Probably go underside. Play the 8 ball in the top right corner. Unless he wants to draw it, but...
Yeah. The funny thing is, if you're trying to play the 8 in the same corner as the 7, the side pocket comes into play a bit. So indeed, I like this option better. It's landed alright. Just top spin to get to the 9. We'll give him the angle to cross over.
He's taking these well. A little bit straight on the 9. Not sure if he can pump this in or... there you see he's got a little bit angle. You can choose to draw it down the left side or punch it. He's punched it big time. Even using the short reel. That'll work. Great shot.
Well, it's gonna make him feel a lot better. Just took his time out.
That's interesting. He sat there the full time when Eddie took his time out. We play one rack, he's taking his time out.
Well, the good news is that we do not have any timeouts left for this match. So when Aoi gets back, that means we will go all the way to the end. Well, he did have a chance to make it 4-1. He's probably disappointed by the fact that he did not finish that, plus maybe struggling overall. So I think it's very mature from both players that they realized, okay, hey, I needed a timeout. Because I can remember my own experience at that age. I'm not too sure if I always considered the timeout when I actually was probably all over the place.
Yeah, interesting. Just having a bit of debate there with the referee. Nice to see the player having a chat. As you see on the other table, they're also taking a timeout on that table, but also you see there the schedule for the matches. For the final matches coming up today, it's the men's Little Monsters International Open semi-finals. You have Bada Alawadi against Francisco Sanchez Ruiz on table 1. That will be following the Felix Vogel match. And then on this table, we will have Dennis Graber versus Daniel Maciol. Nice final 4 there, Tim. Very tasty.
yeah, will definitely be inspired after today's matches. Going straight to the pool room after. I need to get rid of that itch.
Yeah, watching and commentating does give you, like you say, a big itch to get on that table. But good news is the final matches start 5 p.m. local time, so that should definitely give you a little bit of time to get to that pool hole, Tim. Hit some balls.
Yes, indeed. So in the meantime, we're just waiting for Kanazawa to get back. As you can see, Felix also taking a timeout on 4-3. Now, do you see any reason for Felix to take a timeout on 4-3? It's kind of interesting.
Yeah, they both were out of the arena, so I think they both went at the same time. I think Walters just came back a little bit quicker. They both had left, so it could be a double timeout.
Yeah, maybe it was just a necessary bathroom break. I mean, doesn't always have to be a firm reason to take a timeout. Doesn't always have to be tilting or emotions or disappointment, of course. When you feel like you have to go, you gotta go. So, Eddie to break the balls. Score now 3-2. Yeah, see these players. I'm not sure if someone is telling them to go for the cut break. But it kind of feels like players are cutting the break so thin that they're not even giving themselves a chance to make a ball.
Yeah, it could be. It is happening. That was delicate. Very, very, very delicate indeed. But yeah, I hear what you're saying, and we haven't seen a good break yet, I guess you could say, in terms of potting balls with an open chance. But kind of a chance here, but not really, because this 2-ball is a problem. Did he go into it, Tim? Yet? If it doesn't go, he could try to open it up.
Yeah, I'm trying to run into it. The only thing is... Oh. That's it. I cannot imagine it does go. So he's playing the safety. I was going to say, if I'm going to try and run into it, I'm going to try and play it with double speed. Because I'm always trying to get to the top side of the 2 in case I do not make the hit. If you go soft into it and you seem to miss it, you hook yourself behind the 10. Well,
Yeah.
a bit soft. Could have really like juiced the cue ball up to go 2 rails behind the 8.
Yeah, a bit surprising. You kind of always want to make sure you hit that second rail on those kind of shots. Give you every chance to get the hook. Don't know how much of this 2 he can see. Can he double the 2 away? He's playing topspin, so needs to be careful off the 5 here. He was fine. That was the pace.
Oh. Well, there is a little bit of good news, and that's the fact that Aoi will not be able to get on the 3-ball. The only thing he could play for is maybe the bank on the 3-ball.
Yeah, it could be. He's also been a little bit defensive at times. If he doesn't like the shot, he might just pot the 2 and play safe.
Oh,
pushed
he
that
just
with his
moved his body a bit. That's the thing. When he just dropped down after the shot to just visualize what he just did, he did the exact same thing. The second he struck, well, air in this case, he went up with the body. So he's just so used to move on every shot. But I feel like if you're trying to be consistent, you just, well, yeah, you do the same thing over and over, but I'm not sure if this is the right thing to do.
Yeah, those mechanics definitely can play into the pressure cooker, because if you're moving quite a lot, stuff like that can happen. And the closer this match goes, I could imagine that creeping in a little bit more. Obviously, it might work for him in terms of style, but I do feel when you move so much, you've got to think at some point it will have an impact on the outcome of the result. How's the pace? Needs it to go. It's not bad. I think he's okay. Might be still an edge of the two, but
Well, the jump cue is gonna come out. Jump this in, draw the cue ball all the way back for the 3 in the same corner.
yeah, easy peasy. Stand that
Okay,
shot.
let's do it.
Looks, but he can have.
I-
He does have an edge of the two, so it's interesting. He's playing the jump.
Oh. Well, has also opened up the 3 ball.
Yeah, and ball in hand, getting a 3 should make it a little bit easier. You can put it so you can have 3 rails. I'd love to land pretty straight on this 3, within reason, just so you can have a straightforward 4 ball. But he's drawing it in the bottom left. It looks to play the 3 in the bottom left corner. I like this option. Played that really well. Looks pretty straight to me. Let's play a bit of a stop shot or stun run through maybe, but these balls are wide open now after that 3 ball coming off the long rail.
Yeah, maybe a bit of work to do still from 6 to 7, trying to get the correct angle on the 7 to drop down for the 8.
Yeah, it could be. Could also, depending how he lands, it could land either side of the 8, so there is options, which is good, as long as he does have an angle. He doesn't play this so well. He could kind of drag this in with a little bit of left and try to play for the 6 in the side, rather than risk coming towards that middle pocket. He's risking it. Key shot here, Tim, like you said, needs to have a good angle. Good thing is the 7's in the middle of the table, so obviously it's available in many pockets. So it all just depends what angle he has. Get back down table for that 8.
Extension.
Well,
Nope.
bit of travelling here. He's hoping he's got a little bit more angle than he needs, which he does have, so much rather be here than straight. He can make something work from here.
How's the pace? Might be just enough. Yeah, you could see the relief on him. Still a bit on the thin side, but could play this with inside spin too. Oh, you can feel the nerves. He felt a bit scary on that shot.
Wow, definitely he's very animated in his stroke, Tim, isn't he? Once he makes contact, that body is. You can tell by his face that he's feeling it. I think big time. I don't blame him.
Yeah.
You know, semi-final, huge moment for both players, and every rack and every ball is just a massive pressure cooker. And yeah, it's we're laughing, but it's big for these guys.
Well, obviously we are laughing because we're not feeling this. I mean, you should see me under pressure.
No, exactly. That's why we're sitting here and they're sitting there. But in terms of laughing, I meant, yeah, we're just trying to make light of the situation. But there's a lot of pressure, and both these players are still very young. But so far, man from Japan is holding it somewhat. 4-2. Chances have been and gone from both players. Bit more of a fuller hit there though, Tim. I like that better. Here we go. Could this be a chance?
Nope.
No, spoiled the party.
Oh, that was actually the break I was waiting for. The balls had different plans. Well, we score on the other table now, 5-3 for the German. Felix Vogel leading. Oh, what did he push to? A roll up on the 7?
Yeah, I don't know. You definitely can see it, but the roll up is, well, it's very delicate. I wonder if he can play. I don't know, Tim. Maybe he can play the roll up, but this doesn't look really on. Could be wrong.
Well, I would say if someone pushes this to me, I would be tempted to take this. It's just that I cannot imagine someone else playing it well, but he's played it really well. Look at this. He really killed the cue ball there. A lot of drag on the ball. That was the only way to hold the cue ball. That was a lot of quality in that stroke. I'm impressed. I like to go 3 rails on this, don't you think?
Yeah, depends how much he can get the cue ball out, but he's hit it not too bad. But there's always a risk of not getting any cover this way because the balls weren't going to separate so much, not at that speed anyway. So a good safety after a good push out there. Let's give him the first real chance of a pretty open table, to be honest. What a chance this is. A few of the balls are connecting quite nice as well, Tim, aren't they? 3 to 4 to 5, 6 to 7's pretty close. Maybe 7 to 8.
It's a bit of crossing over, indeed. Lay yourself nice from the 6 to the 7 to cross over to the 8. Came up a bit short, and this is interesting because he had plenty to go past the 4, so way more to the bottom side of the table. He understruck it by quite a bit. And I guess we're gonna see another safety. 5 behind the 10. Cue ball into the 7.
Yeah, can you not just play thin off the other edge? Interesting, he's going this way. Thought you could avoid the
maybe
10.
he's
Going.
I was gonna say
Going
maybe
for it.
he's still trying to make it.
Wow. Incredible. So going from super defensive to super offensive. What a shot that is. Needs to stay down on this one though. Probably just roll this one through, Tim, you would think.
Wow, great cueing. Very pure stroke. Especially with the clock running down, he actually stood still on that one.
Yeah, that was a great shot. 5 and 6 was great. Still needs a couple more though. Pressure's building on this rack. He's played that well.
Oh.
He's okay, I think. Pretty good.
Well, could put himself where he is now, right? Doesn't have to draw all the way up. Give yourself plenty to go down table.
Yeah, great call. Looks like he's putting a bit on it though.
Well, as long as he did not draw the cue ball all the way up. I like this angle. Yeah, now things starting to look a bit worrying for VONDERAU. This is now 5-2.
Yeah, that's a good finish though, really. Push out was, well, both you and I thought that roll up was maybe a little bit too delicate, but he absolutely nailed it. Forced Eddie into a kick shot and played a couple of good shots in that run out. Wasn't flawless, but that 6 ball and that 5 ball really stood out for me. Bit offensive and then a very good long 6 ball, well deserved rack.
Oh, 2 ball hanging up on him. And the 1 ball over the corner. Look at this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 all at the same side. Just gotta make sure he doesn't run into the 5 ball here. The 8 does not go to the bottom right though, so there's a bit of a challenge there, but overall I think the layout is quite nice. Can he still draw away from the 5? Maybe low left, draw the cue ball around the 2. And now a bit more traveling from the 2 to the 3, but with top right spin. He's got plenty on the table. Yeah, now let's see what he is gonna play from the 5 to the 6. Could go in between the long rail and the 9 ball, for example. Could work. As you can see, the 8 does not go to the bottom right. But where the 6-7 is, I would say it will be easier to get to the right side of the 8 ball. Is he going 2 rails, center of the table? Oh. Oh, he's caught the side pocket point. And he found a window between the 10 and the 8. That really could have been, well, not just bad news, I would say double bad news. Scratch or a hook. Graham, either the scratch or the hook would have been devastating.
Yeah, a bit of a result there, really. I mean, does he even have a bank? I don't think he does, but definitely can say it. Not taking a chance this time. How's the speed? Has he left a gap? Don't think so.
I think it's quite alright, actually.
Yeah, he does have a kick on the right side. Obviously getting some distances would be important. I mean, he could jump it, really. That's an option. But I think he's looking at maybe...
I like the jump. And I would definitely call the 6 in the side over the 9. I've been doing weird predictions today though, so tell me when I'm off a lot, but I kinda like it.
Yeah, that's a big jump though, distance. Wow. Attacking the man from Japan with a white ball. Luckily didn't hit him, so he was far enough away, but what a chance. Good safety in the end, and maybe, like you say, that bit of fortune, not scratching and not getting hooked. Pretty good safety. Gives him a chance to get on the hill, Tim. Talk about pressure. This is a huge 5 balls. And look at how they're lined up. All stop shots, pretty much.
Yes, indeed. Stop shot 7 to the bottom right. Stop shot 8 to the bottom left. Stop shot 9 to the left center. This is to get on the hill. And even though he's been looking a bit nervous here and there, I mean, he's playing solid. He's playing a solid match. Maybe some nerves, maybe some movement, but he's handling the nerves. Did not get straight on the 9, so decided to take a bit more time. There again, you could see this view. You could see a lot of movement, and he's not happy with what's happening, but he's getting the job done, Graham.
Yeah. I mean, he's played pretty solid all in all. We've both made a few mistakes, and yeah, maybe a few rolls here or there, but in general, I would say the man from Japan has had a little bit of, well, more table time than Eddie. But as you and I know, Tim, getting to the line is one thing. Getting over it is a very different story. So it will be really interesting to see how this next rack or two, if we get there, starts to, well, unravel, or see how it goes.
Well, we haven't seen many balls going in on the break. But look at this, he's made one. He's got the shape on the one ball. Two ball is next to it. This could be all over.
Yeah, that 9 ball, similar to a few racks ago, just jumps out a little bit. Oof, bit wide on that, but it dropped. Not saying that 9 ball is a huge problem, because it's not. The 8 ball is getting over there, is manageable, but you and I know, Tim, if you land funny angle on that 9, changes everything, because it's much easier to putt from right behind it. Still some work to get there first.
Oh, bit speedy. Good news is the angle running towards the short rail is not the worst.
Just taking a bit longer there. He really got some juice on that. Tell by his face. If he's straight. Wow.
Yeah.
Not too bad. If he can keep the cue ball where it is, Tim, stop it dead, that will work.
Oh, a lot
So
of
much body.
movement.
But it works. What can we say? It works. I mean, it's incredible. He's maybe if you look at it in really super slow motion, maybe once he's made contact with the ball, he's maybe perfectly still, and the jump is probably a split second after. But yeah, on regular speed, it does look very animated. But this is the shot I was talking about, Tim. He's landed pretty okay on this 8, so I'd love to get pretty close to that rail. Wow, what a moment.
Yeah, needs to get straight. Oh, he's a bit off the rail. I mean, I'm not saying it's impossible. Cue ball might hit the side pocket knuckle. And then this 10 to make it to the final. Felix Vogel 6-3 up. Let's call this extension. The nerves, you can see it. He is all over the place right now. Just this 10. Probably the most important shot he's ever played in his life. Yeah, and there it is. So this Ali KANAZAWA will be meeting Felix Vogel or Walter Leiker in the final of the Under-19 Boys World 10 Ball Championship. Thank you, Graham Hickman, for being here by my side. Tim de Ruiter signing off for now, but our next match for today will be at 5 PM, so that's in 36 minutes, as we will have the semifinals of the Little Monster Men's International Open. So we would love to see you back at 5 PM. We'll see you soon.